Haven't been in my garden for a few days now. We've had heaps of rain, heaps of sun. These guys have grown a decent amount, so it'll be good to see some new growth on these bigger guys and new growth on the smaller seedlings that are starting to show some mature growth. That's sorted. Bluetooth off and do not disturb. Alrighty. We've almost got peak sun. Probably another half hour till we get the peak shadows for these guys. But they're looking good from this direction. For anyone that was in Sydney, Australia, you'd have got all that rain recently. Bucketing down. My ducks' names are Fig and Bean. This one here is named Bean, B-E-A-N. And the white one just over there, that's Fig, behind the blue bin. Yeah. I think my main job at the moment is just basically pulling out weeds. Any weeds that I'm seeing I've got to get rid of. Other than that, everything's pretty up to date. Maybe a few that are, falling over a little bit. I've got to straighten those up a bit. But other than that, it's just mainly weeds I've got to get out. It's quite difficult when you got weeds like this in amongst a pot like that. I don't know if I can get that one. Bingo. Some awesome Brigessio seedlings there. I think Moon Unit Botanica on some of these. Some of them are Kai, K-A-I. So yeah, some of them are Moon Unit Botanica 3, Moon Unit Botanica 2, which is MUB. And they're all open pollination. There's This lot here, Cyclocross SS Bridge. Yeah, most of them have tags. Don't know if I can get these ones down here. What was that? Just started some MUB2 open population. Nice to see a glimpse into their future. Yeah, I've got quite a few of them too. So this one specifically is MUB2. What do you say you have? Was it 2 or 3? 2. Yeah, okay. So that whole tray there is all MUB2. Not really any mutants I can see, but they seem to have decent sized spines. Yeah. Any tips for encouraging flowering in addition to phosphorus? Saw an interesting video by Patrick Knoll talking about a valerian flower product that helps promote it. 5 to 7 years to flower is a while. I really want to make crosses, but I'm impatient. So you're talking about 5 to 7 years to wait for these guys to flower is a while, and yes, I would agree. And I think that's why a lot of people will graft. So maybe I'm not 100% on using fertilizers on these guys to get them to flower. But everything that I hear to get these guys to flower is coming out of growing season. Don't water them. Don't water them coming out. Don't water them in winter. They're going to shrivel up. They might not, depends how much rain you get, but a lot of the time you want to get them dry, and that will increase the chances of them flowering. Then on top of that, what you could do is maybe don't water them as much. Maybe give them that flowering product. If Patrick Knoll reckons it works, it probably does. I have no input on that. But yeah, if you try dehydrate the cactus through winter, also grafting something, if you got seedlings, graft it and then do that, and maybe you'll get, you know, a flower out of a seedling in, I don't know, 3 years. You can cut it down, depending on what it is. If it's like a flowering hybrid, you know, you'll get it pretty soon. But if it's one of these columnars, obviously, yeah, that's 5 to 7 years normally. So you can cut it down to 3 years. I'm the same, man. I want to make so many crosses. I've made like one cross, which I've mentioned before, which is this Echinopsis over here. Cross Spacianus, which is over there. And so that'll be an interesting cross, but I haven't done anything else besides that. I've tried, but nothing successful. So I've still got it myself. I've got to wait like next year. I know I'll get more flowers than this year, and every year after that, I'm sure I'll get more and more. So I'll have more chances of crosses. But I'm not too impatient on the crossing because I'm still learning on how to grow these guys. So it gives me more chance to grow. And now I'm sort of pushing on to grafting, learning more about that. And then as I'm getting good with grafting and just growing in general, then I can, you know, move on to getting really good crosses and working out what I want to do there. My graphs. Yeah, we can check on the graphs. I'll show you now. Spatianus, I'm pretty sure it is. So the Echinopsis cross, I'm pretty confident. So I'm not targeting anything. I don't care. I'll germinate them and then I'll grow them up and then I'll see what they are, you know. But I'm pretty confident that I've crossed it with this because the pollen for this guy has come from only my Echinopsis hybrids over there. So unless this thing is self-fertile and it's, you know, doing it on its own, the pollen from this is coming from those Echinopsis. Vice versa, in those Echinopsis, the pollen is coming from this. Yeah. Or there is another one which is sort of columnar. This one too, here. So I got I had 3 fruits on it now. I had one that was ready the other day. That's also been crossed with these guys, and that is also crossed with the Spatianus and Spatianus to that, and yeah, whatever I could cross, I did it. Some took, some didn't. So I don't know if it's specific plants that took and some didn't, but yeah. Dream crosses, I don't know. Honestly, I feel like if you think about some of these clones that people have, I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't think there's a specific dream cross, but I'd love to cross something like this guy because this is Big Plim, and because he is quite blue and smooth looking, I could cross it with this guy, and this guy mutates quite a lot. It is very notchy, so that'd be interesting. I don't know if that'd be the craziest cross ever, but you know, out of the 10,000 seeds that you're growing, you know, there's going to be a couple that are going to be very unique. I feel like that's the case with almost any seed pod. In that seed pod, you're going to have 1 or 2 at least that are going to be unique and you're going to want to keep. So I don't know, I think it's going to take a bit of time to think about what I want to cross. Like maybe I want to get this stuff, like this blue sort of stuff, but then also get the middle rib. I really want to try and isolate the middle rib. So this one gets that middle rib. This one over here gets the middle rib. So maybe I'd cross this one with the one over there and get a solid rib in the center to constantly grow. That's one thing I want to work on. Thanks for the advice, great tips. Cutting it down to 3 years with some good grafting stuff is a good call. I have a list of dream crosses myself. I'd love to hear what his dream crosses would be. Yeah, it's like, I haven't thought about it too much. I'm more so thinking about traits and characteristics. I'm thinking if there is a cactus that has super long spines, then I would want to I would want to cross that with something that is mutated or something that is globular, like a globular Echinopsis with something super spiny. Like intergenetic hybrids. So like this one with Echinopsis, or almost any of these with Echinopsis, those round ones. That'd be interesting because I'm gonna get through all the whatever chat you're saying in the chat, but I just see, from what I understand, this one here is a globular cross. So this is Peruvianus Kimber cross E. Encystra, or Encystro. Now, from what I understand, Encystro is a globular cactus that grows out fat like that and multiple pups. Now, you can see it's been crossed, and it's a pretty nice cross, columnar, and it's still growing fat. And I think this is super unique, and this is what I want to do more of. So whether I can cross Echinopsis with more of these, or if I would then cross this with some of these other ones, like maybe this with Scopulicola, or this back into Echinopsis and then Echinopsis back into Scopulicola or Peruvianus. I think that'd be pretty unique. this with a shark's blue. So then maybe you could get the shark's blue there with, you know, 10 ribs or whatever that is. Here's the graft. I'll just read these comments. Do you have any cacti with the pineapple mutation? I recently got one and I wanted to know more about them in case you have experience with them. You're gonna have to explain to me what you mean by pineapple mutation. I actually haven't heard of that one. The middle rib is a badass characteristic for sure. Yeah, I'd agree. I see a few here and there that would do it on and off, and I would love to just isolate that, and on all sides, that would be so cool. With no areoles or spines on those middle ribs. Boltwood. Yeah, I like Boltwood as well, but I think part of the fact that that's one of my favorites is only because of how big it is and chunky. When some of these other ones get just as big as it, I don't think Boltwood will be my favorite again, but it is just very simple but very beautiful and nice. I'll get some close-ups on Boltwood later. Boltwood is one of my favorites that I imported to the US. Agree on the middle rib being a super neat expression. Yep. Subdenudata cross like any trike would be so cool. Well, yeah, and I do have one seedling that is Subdenudata cross scopulicola, and I know a few other people do have that one too. I would love to see a trike hybrid with the woolly fuzz. Oh yeah, that'd be true if you could do that. Now these crosses I'm probably not going to do myself. I would probably buy the seeds if someone else could do them, or I would provide pollen for them. Yeah. What about flower colors? That seems to be a big thing these days. Yeah, I do a bit of flower color as some of mine. So first off, this hybrid's taken off. So this graft, I'm getting all these words mixed up. So again, grafted about here, it's fattening up right there. So I'm really keen to see what happens there. Flower hybrids. Now I have some pink ones and I have some red ones. I'm definitely crossing them. I'm going to get some, you know, reddy pink ones. What is that? You know, what do I get from that? Some pink with white. What do I get? Red with white. And I'll just, I'll play around. If I have different colored things, I'll keep crossing them to get all sorts of different things. And I'm interested in that, but not, you know, not as much as these guys. I much prefer these guys more than flowering hybrids. Here's one of the mutants, Zero Entity cross Trojan Llama. So that's taken. It's pretty, it's taken. It's definitely taken. It's pretty happy. I don't see too much growth yet. Oh, and this guy here, he's taken. No growth on the top yet. This guy, I don't know if he has growth or if he's just plumped up with juices and all that, because my partner did one, and it was really like squished down, but now it's plumped back up. So it's not looking bad. It's definitely taken. So yeah. What do we got going on? Yeah, that's about it. Here is another graft. Not too sure if he's taken. I think he might have. No, sorry, he's definitely taken, but I'm not sure if he's got much growth happening. I think, what's that? That's, I don't know what it is. It might be boltwood or something, or it might be a seed from anal from Peru. This guy, holy cow, he is pumping. Super good graft join there all the way around, and I think he's planted about here somewhere, and he's exploding. And that hasn't been there for long at all, maybe a bit over a month, maybe. Yeah. What else? Where's the other grafts at? I think there's one here. Okay, not too much growth, but it'll do its thing, it'll come along. Here's a Peruvianus that I really like. Only when the sun's out though. Oh yeah, right there, mate. That hits. What else we got going on? What's the shortest spined Peru you have? Shortest spined Burgessii. So first off, Burgessii right here. This one will get long spines, but then they just fall off really easily. So even these ones will fall off, and you can, it's in the shade here, but you can see it almost has nothing. Like here, on some of these, I can't feel any spines. And I think this is one of the bold Burgessiis or something. But it will get long spines at some point, but then it just drops them. So that's probably, I would count that as the shortest on Burgessii. There is another one I have, I'll show in a minute. And Peruvianus. I mean, I struggle with my Peruvianus, but this one, like, they're not huge spines. Maybe over here. Oh, they're still pretty big. These spines aren't very big on this Peruvianus. This one's not too big. Yeah. I've just noticed the HBO8, so it reverted a bit, and now it's doing something on the top there. I'll have to wait and see what happens. On, was it this one? Yeah. This is supposed to be, it's variegated down there. This is from Collector's Corner, I think it is. But I'm variegation up the top. We can go have a look at that boltwood. Well, here's the seedlings. They're pumping with the rain and sun, getting bigger and bigger. And the boltwood pops in like double. So there's the boltwood. See if we can focus on it. There we go. It's getting up there. And we've got the pup down there. It's a little bit in the shade, but it's looking alright. And another thing is this Tunjo. This Tunjo pup is just really showing off at the moment. Got really nice variegation. A lot of the time I don't like variegation too much, but this is a nice one. It's healthy, no problems. And there's a bit of green too. You need green with it. You can't. I don't really like too much of a banana cactus. You know, when it's full yellow. This piece here doesn't have any variegation on it, but it still looks nice. And then we got all these smaller guys. They're starting to get more characteristics. Starting to get bigger spines. I noticed, where was it? This guy this morning. He's chucking up some really nice orangey red spines there, and decently sized too. This one is what is that? Jules Giant cross Trichoceros pachnoi cross SSO2 cross Psycho. So, right. Jules Giant. So I've got it in my phone, so I'd have more details for it. But from what this is saying, it's Jules Giant, the plant, crossed with a TP cross SSO2, then crossed with Psycho. Alrighty, that's a bit of a confusing one. Bit of a mix mash. It's looking nice though. And that one's from Herbalistics. Here's another one. Looking quite nice. I wouldn't be surprised if this one's related, actually. No, it's not. HBO4 cross Curtscactus. But that's decent. It's nice. For a seedling, you know. What else we got going on? This guy's looking nice. No, it's not my go-to. It used to be, just because, you know, they're the first ones I heard of. And they definitely have some nice ones, some nice crosses and some nice cactus. My experience from buying cuts from them, I have had some that were really just not good quality. But they turned out alright. Like, I think I purchased this one from them as a cut, and it's not bad. It's nice. It's what I paid for, you know. But this is the cut down here, and it had all fungal spots on it and that, and it wasn't the nicest. Same with this one. This had fungal spots all over it, but they grew out of it and no more fungal issues. But you know, if someone that didn't know how to deal with fungal issues, the whole thing would have been taken over by the fungal infection. But luckily I could work out giving it, you know, fos acid, area soil and all that stuff, so yeah. So I don't know if that focused too well there. Gotta get these weeds out here. Just broke off. Oh well. Got some nice pups down there. See, crossing this with, you know, guys like this, what's it gonna do? What's it gonna look like, you know? And for the seeds from Herbalistics, they're good crosses. Like some of the seedlings that I've come up that I've had come up are decent. Like I'm pretty sure. Actually, I'm not sure where they are, but they're here some. Like I mean, this one here. I grew this from seed that I got from Herbalistics, and so then they're decent crosses. Yeah. This guy's still going hard with this melted wax look. Looking nice. Doesn't seem like it's slowing down. In terms of seed in Australia or any country, is that what you're trying to say? Yeah, right. Ross, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, Ross Grau or something. He has quite a lot of New Zealand genetics. So I think majority of these, not all of them, but majority of these are New Zealand crosses. So like Sheridan, Tallest, Slimer, what do we got? Not that one. Not that one either. Oh, I just noticed there's a bit of fungal spots there. That's because these need to be potted up, and I've left them here for ages, getting humid on them. Too much humidity. I need to find. So this one is Tallest Cross Slimer, which is from Roscarau. And if you look up pictures of his stuff, they look cool. They get quite thick, quite tall, chunky. Some of them get mutated. Yeah, I just haven't potted them up yet because I can't see them being super unique crosses, but yeah. Who else? There's genuinely quite a few. There's Trichoceros Australia. They do them. There's a few. Pacific cactus or something. Like there's no one I'd really stand clear on. Just as long as they they've sold to other people, you can always just put in a post on a page and say, hey, is this guy legit? Is this guy good? What's the quality of the seeds? Everyone I've got seeds off, or even seedlings, I've never had an issue. It's all not a problem. Like sure you get like a few seeds that won't germinate, but it's part of it, you know. Yeah, there you go. Pacific cactus. Yeah, they're good. Yeah, you can always just do a post because, if you do a post, you'll get more people than I can even think of that will be selling seeds out of Australia with Australian crosses. But Trichoceros Australia, I know they have quite a decent amount of crosses and seeds and all that. Oh well, looky here. I've got a coffee that someone made for me. Delicious. Got tons of TBMA crosses going from them, and everything had a great germination rate. Yeah, right, okay. How big are they, Sean? Oh, no, I've never had the pineapple pup thing. If that's what it is, no, I've never had that. But I've only seen like maybe 2 posts of that on Facebook. Yeah, so TBMA, those are the, actually, I'll just go see it. I think it's over here, isn't it? TBMA is this one, I think. Or is it the long form one? And so what are they crossed with, do you know? Are they open pollination? How big are they? Are they? And you said they're successful, so that's awesome. That's very interesting to see what you're going to get out of that, because they still aren't too big yet. A few centimeters tall now. Looking forward to seeing them grow out next year. It's the long form one. Oh, interesting. Okay, so and again, are they open pollination, or are they specifically crossed with anything? Ugh. Oh, okay, that's no problem. All good. That's really cool. So then, that'd be interesting to see if you're gonna get like a cross between the long form sort of mutation, and then also maybe a few spines here and there. Yeah, that'd be cool. And then thicker TBMAs, spinier TBMAs. That'd be cool. Yeah, okay. That's the sort of stuff that I want to be seeing, and I want to be growing myself, because I think they're super unique. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. I just, the crosses that people are doing these days, I can't imagine what this community or what this hobby is going to look like in 30, 40, 50 years. Like, so many, because there's so many people that are growing these, so many people. The TPM LFM from Pacific Cactus were also high percentage of mutants. Yeah, nice. Okay, I'll have to keep that in mind, because I do want to get seeds again, but I need to wait till I move properties. Yeah. With the amount of people that are growing these cactus and crossing and all that, we are bound to get just insane genetics. Even in my garden, like, I see things that have potential. Like, this guy is just, it's unique. This guy is unique. And then we get in TBMA crosses. So many different crosses that are intergenetic, hybrids, all that stuff. And how far are we going to get? Are we going to get, like, you know, mammillarias crossed with these guys, and mammillarias are going to have these huge giant spines on them, or what? These pups are getting bigger with their thick spines on them. This guy's looking nice. Yeah, I understand the notchiness and PC. I don't like the PC notchiness, but I like other notchiness. Like, this to me looks nothing like PC. That is awesome. This here, this is a little PC looking with the notchiness, but it's still nicer looking than PC. I generally just think PC is not a nice looking cactus. Same as this one. This one looks a bit PC. What is it? This one's Bruce Op. So who knows what that is? And see, here's another Bruggesii then. It's got tiny spines with notches. Oh, and this guy, like, imagine this guy grew just like this section right here all the time, and then slightly changed with a few other things. Just the wrinkles in this thing, it's like, what is going on? Is getting hot. Where's that sun? Right there somewhere. Just beaming down on these guys. They are loving it. Everything's glowing. But I might have to end it there since it's getting so hot, and I don't want to constantly be having to reconnect. I'll read out these last things though. Really hoping to see some funky growth. TBM cross JS444 is probably the one I'm most excited for. TBM cross TPM as well, which should be wacky. Yeah, right. 2 different species of Monstrose coming together. That'd be cool. DBA Megalodon for its notchiness. See, and like I'm hearing all these new clone names, and I'm thinking I've even heard of these. What's this one right now? Oh, are you talking about the notchy spiny one back over there? I can go back and check whatever it is. Got some nice spikes, but almost some melt. San Pedro Island also just dropped some new seeds. I want to try. Yeah, I saw the blah, blah, blah. Awesome. We just made some friends, eh? Let me just check what this one is again. I always forget the names of these guys. Sentensis cross Serra Blue cross SSO2, which is a unique cross, I'd say. Yeah. So I might end it there, guys, unless anyone else has more questions. Yeah. Hopefully the next few Saturdays aren't too hot, but we are supposed to get real hot days to come, so yeah, all good. See you later. Have a good day or night if you're in America and other countries. But it's like almost 12 p.m. here in Australia. See yous.